Hello everyone. Well, the chilly conditions in the northeastern part of the state and the warm conditions in the southwest part of the state will continue today. In fact, it's cold enough this morning that there could be a few flakes of snow for some. Notice that little bit of purple showing up in the far northeastern corner of the state. Yes, can't rule out a few snowflakes for places like Mason City, Waterloo, Dubuque, where temperatures are in the mid to upper 30s. More likely it's going to be rain, but I'm not going to rule out a few flakes of snow mixing in. And I will say in the northeastern corner of the state, that's the best chance of rain for the morning commute. 8 a.m. this morning, though I've got to mention the chance for some isolated showers around the Quad Cities as well. But in the southwestern part of the state, looking dry for that morning commute. And in general, throughout the day, it looks like the better chance of rain is going to be in the eastern half of the state. Notice in the early afternoon, the rain chance going up a little bit for the Quad Cities while it's dropping around the Mason City and Waterloo area. Let's talk about high temperatures this afternoon. Notice in the late afternoon, pretty quiet across most of the state. There could be a few showers out there, but I bet a lot of us are going to have a dry homebound commute. Temperatures, again, probably looking around the 70s. At least the low 70s in the western part of the state, but Quad Cities, pretty much the same as yesterday, maybe only topping out in the upper 50s. Mason City, highs may only top out upper 40s, around 50 degrees. As far as the winds go today, pretty uniform across the state. We're looking at gusts 20-25 miles per hour, so we'll call it a breezy afternoon across the state. I do want to mention for the western part of the state, it looks like the best chance of rain is probably going to be during the evening and overnight hours. So if you're in Sioux City, notice it may not be until midnight that you get some rain. And I will mention there could be some thunderstorms tonight, not severe storms, but a combination of showers and storms. And so that's probably the best chance of rain in the Sioux City area. But notice how a lot of the overnight hours, not much going on, just kind of some isolated activity. And it really looks like much of tomorrow is going to be dry. 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, yeah, there could be a few showers around, particularly in the southern part of the state, but I think a lot are going to be dry. We work into the afternoon hours, and notice a few showers around. Can't really rule it out just about anywhere in the state, but it's more likely you're going to be dry at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Temperatures tomorrow, it might be a little bit cooler in the western part of the state, a little bit. It might be a little bit warmer in the eastern part of the state. Right now, it's looking like where we might see the biggest change is in the northern part of the state. A little bit of a warm up there. It's not as warm as we'd like to be, but hey, at least we're getting around 60 in Waterloo, 58 in Mason City. The one problem is the winds going up tomorrow. Tomorrow we're looking at gusts in that 30 to 35 mile per hour range across the state, so I've got to call it a windy day. Now, it's really during the evening hours that our rain chances start to go up, but particularly late tomorrow night. That's when I think the best chance of rain is. So I wouldn't cancel your early Friday evening plans just yet, because notice this is 11 o'clock Friday night. So rain chances looking fairly low still until we get into the later part of the evening hours. And I think at 11 o'clock, the best chance of rain is going to be in the western part of the state. And unfortunately, can't rule out a couple of severe storms. I think there's a bigger severe threat over in Nebraska, but the activity that's pushing in around 11 o'clock or so around Sioux City, the Omaha area, can't rule out some stronger storms popping up. I do think the threat is limited to the western half of the state. Overnight, the rain will spread to the east. So for places like the Quad Cities, notice this is getting really late Friday night, but we are not worried about severe storms in the eastern half of the state. If there are going to be any severe storms, it's going to be limited to the western half of the state. The Storm Prediction Center has placed Des Moines and Sioux City under the marginal risk for severe storms for tomorrow night. Notice the greater threat down in Nebraska. So what the marginal risk means is that most likely what you're going to see tomorrow night, again, it looks like kind of that 10, 11 o'clock midnight time frame right now. Most likely it's just going to be some heavy rain and lightning. But in a worst case scenario, we can't rule out a couple storms producing up to penny-sized hail and wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Now, what we're going to watch, and I'll update you on this tomorrow, is if the storms arrive earlier in the evening, then the severe threat would go up. But if they arrive later in the evening, there may not be any severe threat at all. So I'll keep you posted on the latest.